Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Anal Arrangements. I'm your host, Dick Cavett. This is our first episode of 2015. I'm trying on this new haircut. I know, I feel like I look like a lesbian 10 months into testosterone treatment. Let's get down to resolution, shall we? My first is to eat and vape more weed, because my cat has developed some sort of asthma condition and my girlfriend insists that it's because of my incessant blunt consumption. I'm not buying it, I think he loves it. Why else would he sit on my lap every time I light up? Perhaps to tell me to stop? I guess we'll never know. Like a rational adult, I have not vaped or eaten more THC. Instead, I've taken my blunts out on the stoop in sub-zero temperatures like a hip-hop Eskimo. I got my fresh baby seal loafers on with a polar bear jacket. My second resolution is to be more diligent with responding to the viewers' comments and/or tweets to me. I'm not gonna call you guys fans because, let's face it, the only reason you're watching this show is because there's weed in the title. Also, there's about 11 of you, so I'm not gonna consider it a legitimate fan base until we reach an even baker's dozen. I absolutely love most of the feedback. Most. I've noticed a lot of you start out complimentary and very nice and then take a real steep left turn into Psychoville and/or straight up sexual harassment. One guy is insisting that him and I smoke weed on the steps of the White House, which I have learned is not part of the tour, and just consistently tweets our episodes to the NSA. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do, buddy, but frankly, I'm in a state where it's not legal, so let's not go directly to the source where I can be locked up forever. The NDAA does exist, and frankly, I don't want to be a part of it. Another fella found it alluring that both him and I share a lot of anger, so he offered to let me fuck the rage right out of him. Apparently he stores it in his colon, which I find odd, but to each their own. Either way, keep these coming and I'll do my best to make sense of them and respond. If you can send me some nip pics, that would offset the blatant homosexual advances. I'm not into guys. I appreciate any kind of compliment in any form because, you know, frankly, I have low self-esteem and it helps me out. Also, gay guys tend to be in shape, which I know is a stereotype, but a positive one. It's like black guys have big dicks. It's one I would embrace as a person. What is mine? I'm Irish, so I can hold my booze. Not even true. I throw up in my lap quite often. My third resolution is to get a picture of absent producer Joe's moose knuckle and have a viewer competition of who could create the best meme. The viewer will get tickets to a live stand-up show, or you can show up for a live recording of the weed news, and/or I'll fuck the rage right out of you. All I need is a picture of Joe in his denim yoga pants and we'll be on our way. He has a very interesting mix of dainty, kind of gay Uncle Jesse from Full House as well as Namaste. Either way, I'm gonna come out with that picture and I want you guys to start rolling them in. Now it's that time again, time for our favorite segment of the week, Toke or Tech. I don't know the name of this edible, but we all ate it before the Christmas episode of Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, my podcast, which you should all subscribe to, and let me just say, one of us doesn't make it. We were supposed to do an hour-long recording, and let's just say we made it just shy under 17 minutes. Just in case you don't have 16 minutes and 43 seconds to burn, the woman of the podcast, I'll leave her nameless, Kate Wolf, she ate half of one of these edibles and about 13 minutes in just started having an absolute spiral meltdown. She said, "I'm not doing okay, I'm not doing okay, we need to stop recording, I'm not doing okay," which is kind of an interesting thing to yell out when you're in a room with 3 men alone. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a rape fantasy. Maybe not fantasy, kind of nightmare, and/or real-life rape situation. Regardless, none of us penetrated her. Maybe Tim did after, but I don't know what they were feeling at that point. Perhaps it was consensual. They are dating, so take that up with them. I'm probably putting too much of their business out there on my show, but hey, fuck it. We're all one, right? I found it to be a relaxing shot through the galaxy, but I'm also the guy that dosed himself with too much THC before a cross-country flight. Yeah, hallucinations. You remember that episode, right? Mother Winslow, put her head up. Just show the graphic. Mother Winslow, put her in some sunglasses. Like I said, boom, she looked like the bass player of the California Raisins. These edibles are apparently an underground operation, but if you tweet my co-host Dave at MyRabbitsHole, let's put that up right here, he'll fulfill you with the information as long as you pass the Sandy Hook litmus test. That way he knows you're not a shape-shifting lizard that drinks baby's blood. This week we're bringing back our variously named segment, not sure if that's correct English, but fuck you anyway, joint ventures, high-tivities, what to do while weeded, weed-tivities, high doing shit, marijuana man juice. No, that's just what I do when I get high and jerk off. That's what I call it. That still has THC in it, so sometimes you got a dipstick. If it tastes too much like mushrooms for you, just lick it up and then put it in some powdered sugar. It's basically a jizz jelly donut. This is exactly how I spent my New Year's Eve besides doing stand-up. I was smoking blunts and rolling dice. Our game of choice was CeeLo, which if you went to public high school, you know exactly how to play, and if you went to private high school, you know how to use Google, so fucking look it up and don't ask me. Sorry I'm getting so aggressive. I'm starting off the new year by being more assertive, positive, and just all around kind of douchey with this gel in my hair. This is why smoking pot, especially blunts, and rolling dice is so good. Every single roll feels like your life is at stake. The dice even seem to slow down and you can kind of predict your score based on how they're rotating. Must be how Ted Williams felt in the batter's box. Which for you geeks out there is a famous baseball player who apparently had such good vision he could literally see the seams and predict the pitch that was being thrown. I'm sorry for explaining that joke because 4 of you really thought it was funny before that extra horseshit I added on at the end. If you want to add even more excitement, booze a 40 while smoking a blunt and rolling dice. It's like having red wine and a steak. It's the perfect complement. Plus, after 30 minutes, the betting will substantially increase. I was throwing $20 hands and my net worth is $18. Guys, thank you so much for watching our brand new first episode of 2015, The Weed News. I know I said anal arrangements before, but you know what? That's gonna be an offshoot production and very, very different. Probably just me, hands on the hood of a car, just getting pummeled by dudes every week. We'll see if I can withstand the pain and/or sheer enjoyment. I'm sorry I watched that scene from Pulp Fiction where Ving Rhames was really getting it a few too many times this holiday season. Nothing says Santa Claus like the guy from Undisputed getting absolutely uppercutted to the prostate. Please subscribe down below, to the side over here to the Weed News. Leave your comments, suggestions, any kind of feedback right here, or tweet me at IamMikeCannon. Again, tweet Dave about those edibles at MyRabbitsHole. Also, please subscribe to my podcast, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. Like I said, we talk corruption, conspiracy, and sometimes we eat edibles and just spin off planet Earth. Thanks again, guys. Looking forward to a big year. We got a lot of surprises for you. Auf Wiedersehen.